Hi everyone, so I've unboxed it and now I've plugged it in, so I'm ready to go with my lovely brand new switch. I did a previous video, if you didn't catch it, where I showed the unboxing of this and what you get in the box. Now we're going to actually put it to use. So I've plugged it in. I've got a plug under this desk. There's a lovely long cable with this, so depending on your craft room setup, you shouldn't have any issues with where you want to put the machine. I've set it up and I've plugged it in. As your plates go through, the little door at the back opens to let the plates through, but you'll see that in a sec. I'll run it through, we'll do one set of die cutting from this angle, but I think I might be better off for you if I switch to an overhead camera. But let's unpack all the plates and things, and we'll just run through some thin dies. But then I will switch to the overhead camera because I think you're a bit far away there to see. So I've got two clear cutting plates. So just wrapping off these. Even the plates are beautiful because they're a little bit different than the usual clear cutting pads. And my bin. They've got a lovely beveled edge and the Sizzix logo on there, which is really quite snazzy. So with the machine, it's almost identical to the Big Shot Plus really in terms of the platforms. The platforms have been redesigned, but it's exactly the same format where you've got all your pictures and details of how to configure everything, and then you've got a thin die adapter, same colour as well, so it couldn't be more simple to use. If you're used to using a Big Shot or a Big Shot Plus, then this is really, you're not going to really need any instruction on this. And then my two clear plates. So what I'll do is I'll just grab some of these lovely dies that you get with the machine. Let's cut this detailed one actually, because that's going to really show us the power of it, isn't it? So this is a lovely background die. This is one of those ones that cuts, it's got a separate outline. So you could cut it directly into the card front, which we'll do. Or if you want to cut it as a panel, you can just pop the outline die around it. Just make sure I've got all the sticky off the back. I never keep them on these. I always put them on magnetic sheets to store them. We won't do the outline. I'll just cut this into a piece of card. So let me just grab a piece of card from behind me. I'll run this one through, then I will switch to my overhead so you can just see a bit clearer, and I'll find a big die as well then. So same as any other machine really, we're just going to sandwich it between the two cutting pads. Because I'm using a thin die, I'm adding my thin die adapter, and then all you need to do is start to feed it in and the machine will take it. As it runs through, you'll see the little flap at the back opens up. Now because I'm using big A4 plates here for a small die, once it's gone through that die I can reverse it if I want to, which makes life easier. You know, if you've only got a small die, you can just go as far as you want to and then back again. So I'm going to get bits everywhere now, but you can see straight away, look at that, that's cut that really intricate die in one pass. I would have expected that to need to go through again actually, but it's cut it all beautifully. So I'm going to switch my camera and we'll do a bit more die cutting, and I'm also going to show you that you can use your smaller plates in this, because if you are like me generally using sort of small floral dies, you probably don't want to be using this great big A4 platform all the time. So I'll show you how it works with your other plates. So I'll just switch to the overhead camera and we'll have a proper look. Right, so hopefully you can see a bit more detail now. I'm going to run through all the different things. First thing I will mention though, because I've already seen people that have got this machine, because it's already out in Australia, panicking about the plates. As you die cut, your clear plates are going to get scratched up. That is perfectly normal. Don't panic and think, oh my gosh, I've done something wrong. That's normal. Eventually you'll have to replace these, but these will last months if not years before you actually need to get new ones. I should show you actually this is the plate I'm still using on my standard Big Shot. and you can see it's a little bit bent, it's completely scuffed, but I'm die cutting all day every day, and I probably get through plates probably about once every 6 weeks. I change mine. So for normal use at home, I know people use them for years, and it kind of depends really. I know also people put them in hot water and straighten them out and keep them going. Personally, I want my die cutting to work beautifully. So once they get, I mean, this one I probably will replace soon, because I don't like them too bashed up, because once they get really scratched and a little bit warped, it's not a flat surface anymore, and you're going to have to run things through a couple of times to get a die cut. For me, I'd rather save that time and just replace my plates. They're not that expensive, but everyone's different, and I know some people really like to get their money's worth out of them, and they use them for years before they buy new ones. So yes, don't panic. I wanted to mention that because on the forums in the Facebook groups, it's one of the first things that I know panics people when they use the machine for the first time. They think they've broken it by doing that, but that's perfectly normal. So just to recap, we've cut this beautiful intricate background from this, and you can see it's cut really well. So we've done a thin die. Let's run through how it all works. So everything is detailed on the platform. Let's put it the right way up would help. So this thin die adapter shows you exactly for the different framelets, thinlets, and for intricate dies, the combination you'll need. So this shows you exactly all the instructions. So on your base platform, you would use your base platform and 2 clear cutting plates for standard sort of embossing folders and the impresslets. If you want to emboss your dies with the rubber mats, then you would just use your base platform, 1 cutting pad, then the rubber mat, and then the mat that comes with the embossing mat. For the 3D folders, which you've got one here, you've got one included, you just need this base platform and 1 clear plate on top, with obviously your card sandwiched in between. So it's pretty much identical to using the standard size Big Shot really. This is your thin die adapter, and you'll see here you've got framelets, thinlets, same really. As we just did, you would use your base platform, this thin die adapter, and then your 2 clear cutting pads. If you want to use the chrome precision base plate, you can use it in this machine. You can see here it says that you can. So for that, you would use your base platform, this adapter, then you would put your chrome base plate as you do with the other machine instead of one of the clear plates, then your piece of card, then your die, then 1 clear pad on top, clear plate on top. So could not be more simple to use. So let's run through each of those things. I'll do a thin die again, but I'm going to bring in the plates from my, you'll have to excuse the state of these. My poor thin die adapter's seen better days because it's been used in a workshop where someone cut right into it. But, you know, it still functions perfectly well. So first of all, let's grab one of the florals. And I'm going to show you, you don't always need to be using the platform that comes with the machine. Obviously, if this is your only die cutting machine, use that. But I personally would recommend buying, it's probably worth the investment to buy a set of the platform and plates for the standard size Big Shot, because when you are die cutting smaller dies, firstly, it's going to go through the machine quicker. Secondly, when you're replacing your cutting pads, the smaller ones are cheaper than the larger ones. So I personally would save my large ones for when I need them, when I'm cutting A4 size dies and my big dies. For day-to-day using small thin metal dies, I'd be using these. So even if you don't have a standard size Big Shot and already own these, it's probably worth the investment to get them, I would say. So let's bring back, we can pop a floral on this same piece of card we've already used. So let's do a couple actually. So we'll do a little flower and let's do a more detailed one. There we go. So I'm just going to pop my other clear plate on top, and then you just have to push it and the machine will start and take it from you. And for this time I'll show you the reverse. So this is the reverse button. Once you know that's gone through the rollers, you can change the direction. So in some instances that's going to save you a bit of time, particularly if you're using the bigger platform. There we go. So you can straight away see those have die cut beautifully, even those really detailed smaller ones. So fabulous. There we go. So shall we have a look at the embossing folder next, because it is a bit of a beauty. I'll use the plates that come with the machine for this, just to make sure no one's confused. So let's grab another piece of card. Let's go for a nice bright one. 3D embossing folders. If you're not familiar with them, they're very detailed, really deep emboss, and it's always recommended to give your card a quick spritz with water. It's just going to soften the fibres in it so that it can get into all those detailed areas a bit better. Now I can see from my plates it's going to tell me what I need to do, and it tells me I just need this grey platform, then my embossing folder with card in, and then one clear plate on top, like so. And then we'll feed that through. Now also with the 3D embossing folders, it generally tells you to run them through a couple of times. So if you want to, you can reverse this again. Once you know it's gone through the whole way, just reverse it. You probably already noticed that this is quite quiet compared to other electric machines that you might be more familiar with. I love that, and I would say it's also quite fast. Shall we count actually? Let's run another die through. Let's go back and we'll do another thin die on the platform that comes with it. There we go. So let's grab those florals again. And a bit of card. Pop those on. I'll let it run all the way through. I know I would normally probably just reverse it out once those two have gone through, but let's time it going all the way through, because one of the reasons that I personally prefer a manual machine really is the speed, but I'm really happy with this because this is quite fast to run through. So let's count from when it starts going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah, 13 seconds to go all the way through. As I say, with thin dies, you'd probably just reverse it because that would be even quicker. So that's not bad at all. And certainly for me, with all my non-stop crafting, I think that's pretty good. So there we go. So we've done thin dies, we've done an embossing folder, a 3D embossing folder. We could do a Bigs next. So absolutely the same as all the other big shops. For Bigs, you just need your 2 clear plates. So let me grab a Bigs. Right, I've got a nice Tim Holtz heart one here, and I've got just enough space on that piece of card that I just used. So for Bigs, I'm just going to sandwich between the two. Like so. And this, I think, is the main reason you would go for this machine, because obviously an electric machine that you can use your Bigs with is a unique thing. There we go. Now I've just cut card, but obviously this is a Bigs. I could have cut some fabric or matte board, anything really with this. So you can see, absolutely beautiful, like so. So there we go. I think we've covered everything that's going to get you started. Other things I should mention actually about the machine. You've got a lovely storage area here. This is very similar to the fold away actually. So that's really useful if you want to just sort of put your craft pick in there, or even some dies if you like to keep them with your machine. What I like about it is once it's folded up, it's quite compact actually. It's fairly portable. Obviously with being an electric machine, you're unlikely to be sort of out and about with it anyway, but I do like that it doesn't take up too much footprint on my desk. I'm lucky I've got quite a large work desk, but I know lots of you are crafting in small spaces and definitely wouldn't want a machine that's going to take up your whole work area that you've got to sort of bring in and out. So I think the compact design of this and the look of it, you know me, you know I'm a little bit of a neat freak in my craft room, and I like everything looking nice and matching. So I'm delighted with the look of this because it does look beautiful on my desk, really does. Love the sleek design, love the gloss finish, love just, you know, the logo. Everything looks very beautiful, and I can see with my neat freak tendencies I'll be wiping this because it'll have fingerprints on the gloss. But hey, that's just me. I'm not your typical messy crafter, that's for sure. So that's a good look around the machine. If you've got any questions, if you've just bought one of these and you've got questions or you're not sure, please just leave a question in the comments and I'll get back to you. I will also add in the description box a list of places where you can get this from. I'll check which online suppliers. I'm filming this on the 20th of January before this is actually released. It's going to be on Create and Craft next week for everyone in the UK. Then it will be at retailers here in the UK straight after that, I believe. If you're in the US, I believe it's imminent. I have seen it on pre-order on some online stores such as scrapbook.com. So it will be available probably by the time you watch this actually. But I will add links. I'll have a quick look myself and see who's got it already on pre-order, and I'll add all the links in for you. So hopefully that's given you a nice look at the new Big Shot switch, and I think I've covered everything there. But as I say, if you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.